night, and behind solid pitching and timely hitting, the O's got a win in a city that they have struggled in the past. For the A's, the dog days of summer have come earlier than expected, but some surprising young players have emerged in 2011, and the future of the green and gold looks bright. On the mound tonight is Guillermo Moscoso, one of those surprise players. He'll be looking to show the A's that he is in their plans for next season. The A's look to even this three-game series next.
Crowd coming in. It's Tuesday Night Baseball at the O.K Coliseum. Orioles beat the A's last night. Tonight, the Orioles will send young left-hander Brian Mattis to the mound. The A's will counter with Guillermo Moscoso, and the A's will try to even up this series at a game apiece. It's game 2 of the 3-game set. It's the Orioles and the Athletics coming up on Comcast Sportsnet, California. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball along with Ray Fosse. I'm Glenn Kuiper. Well, the A's sitting on a 4-game losing streak, but there has been a bright spot. It's first baseman Brandon Allen, Ray. He's got back-to-back 3-hit games.
You know, he's done a great job, and it's great to see a young man come up to the big leagues. He has the size and the power for first baseman. That's what you want. But what we've seen so far is a young man using the whole field, opposite field power, showing that against the Texas Rangers, driving in a big run on Sunday, and then just using the whole field, whether it's up the middle or the opposite field. And how about his defense? A great pick at first base, and he also found out about the large foul territory here at the Coliseum. He said, I just kept running, and then I caught the ball. Couldn't believe it. But he learned very quickly. He's done an outstanding job so far for the A's.
You saw the two starters, Moscoso and Mattis. Moscoso is trying to finish strong. He struggled a little bit as of late. And Brian Mattis, he was very good last year. Kind of a lost year for him.
Yeah, well, Moscoso beat the Orioles here, lost to the Orioles back in Baltimore. But Mattis beat the A's in Baltimore. Then he lost 4 straight, sent to the minor leagues. He is back. He has an outstanding changeup to the right-handers. He also likes to throw the fastball inside. Crafty left-hander. Moscoso, of course, he likes his fastball, especially if the some runs. The A's would like to end their 4-game losing streak and get Moscoso back to the 500 mark.
All right, so we're just about set to go. It's the Baltimore Orioles and the Oakland A's coming up from the Coliseum. We'll have lineups, first pitch, and the rest of the ball game when we come back.
on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by AT&T and by Toyota. Check out the great deals at your local Toyota dealer today.
A's take the field, get set for game 2 of the series. The Orioles and the Athletics. Here's the game time weather for tonight. It's brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open daily. 61 degrees. A little cooler tonight than last night, but again, a very nice night. Not a cloud in the sky. But it is starting to get a little darker, a little quicker. I don't like it either. Not a whole lot we can do about that. Here's the lineup for the Baltimore Orioles tonight. Reimold, Hardy, Markakis, Jones, Guerrero, Wieters, Reynolds, Andino, and BAL looks familiar. I think that's the same one they threw out there last
Same exactly. Guillermo Moscoso is on the mound, making his 3rd shot against the Orioles this season. And a win tonight, he's back to 6-6. We talked last night about Gio Gonzalez trying to win his 10th. Well, for Moscoso, who stays in the rotation, pitches well, and trying to get a win against these Orioles. He lost in Baltimore, won here. Looks like he got a nice haircut. There was a barber in the house tonight, down in the clubhouse, and figured Gio Gonzalez got another haircut. He probably gets one every day. And it looked like Moscoso visited him as well.
Nolan Reimold, the first hitter, and Moscoso kicks. First pitch of the game is a fastball 4. Strike.
First pitch, 7:07.
Looks pretty tight to me.
Yep. If there's a barber in the house, Gio will get a haircut.
Swing and a miss. 0-2. Orioles won last night by a final score of 6-2.
A good fastball so far by Moscoso. He just challenged Reimold, and see if he goes after him with another one. Fastball up in the zone. That's way up.
Reimold, 225 with 7 home runs and 20 runs batted in. Did not have a hit last night. He was 0 for 5. The A's actually out-hit the Orioles by a fair amount last night, 11-7. But as I always say, that column means nothing.
Well, he's getting hits at the right time. The A's put 4 base runners, 4 hits in the second, but came up with just 2. Orioles put 3 on with 2 hits and a walk in the 7th and scored 4.
And Reimold goes around, and the first batter of the game is a strikeout for Moscoso. Out number 1 defensively for the A's tonight. Behind Moscoso, it'll be Willingham in left, Crispin center, DeJesus in right, Sizemore, Pennington, Weeks, and Allen on the infield, and Kurt Suzuki is your catcher. So J.J. Hardy steps in. Hardy with 23 home runs and 58 runs batted in. But he was quiet last night as well, 0 for 4. So the top 2 hitters in the Orioles lineup last night, Reimold and Hardy, 0 for 9. Goes around, and it's a quick 0-2.
Couple of weak swings on the breaking pitch thrown by Moscoso. One to Reimold to strike him out, and that 0-1 slider.
This one hit to right field. DeJesus to his right, a couple of steps. He's got it, and that's out number 2.
In the Dodge Charger keys to the game, Orioles tough lineup, and can't let their record fool them because their offense is very good. Pitching has not been as good as they had hoped, and for the A's capitalized with runners in score position, that's when you come up with the hits, the big hits.
So Markakis steps in. Fastball down around the knees for a strike. 283 the average for Markakis.
Moscoso in his last start against the Blue Jays in Toronto last Thursday, he retired the first 9 batters. He's ended up scoring 10 runs in the game.
This one skied to center. Easy play for Coco Crisp. And an easy inning for Guillermo Moscoso. So a half inning in the books. No score. Here's the A's lineup. Jamal Weeks, Coco Crisp, Hideki Matsui, who's the DH tonight, then Willingham, Allen, and Sizemore, DeJesus, Suzuki, and Pennington.
Brian Mattis, who beat the A's back in Baltimore early June, then lost 4 straight. But he has pitched well against the A's, 2-2 in 4 starts. Going back to last year as a rookie, he did quite well. Double figures in wins and lots of innings, strikeouts, and did a very good job as a rookie, but injuries kind of slowed him down so far in his second year. Maybe that's why they call it the sophomore jinx. His second year has not been as good. Against the A's, he pitched well in Baltimore.
Facing Weeks. 292 for Jamal with no home runs and 22 runs batted in. And a quick 0-2 to Weeks.
Mattis will like to use the fastball inside of the right-handers and then change up away, which is kind of typical for a left-handed pitcher, especially if he has a good change-up.
Mattis just 24 years old, and he's a big part of the future for the Orioles. That's why I would imagine what has happened this year, a little bit of a disappointment to everybody involved. But being that young, got plenty of time. Weeks is retired 6-3. Here's the defense behind Brian Mattis for the Orioles tonight. Reimold in left, Jones in center, Markakis in right, Bell, Hardy, Andino, and Reynolds third to first with Wieters behind the plate. So Coco Crisp steps in. First pitch to Crisp, a strike on the outside corner.
A chance to visit with Andy McPhail, the president of the Orioles and baseball operations, and well, it's no doubt this club, they were very disappointed. They thought they had a team, but as you mentioned, the pitching just wasn't there. Offense, definitely good offensive ball club, but the pitching not doing as well as they had hoped. That mixture is just something the A's had hoped also. They have some offense with a good, very good pitching. The pitching's been there. Just putting it all together. It's not been success for the Orioles nor the Athletics this year.
Well, for Mattis, we talked about the year he had last year, and on top of that year, he had a great finish to the season. He was 6-0 in his final 8 starts last year. So now you're thinking, well, he's ready to roll. But goes on the disabled list at the end of spring training. He's got the intercostal muscle strain. So he's going to be on the 8 ball right there. And there's the walk by Coco Crisp. And then when he does come back, he struggles and goes back down to the minor leagues. And now he's back in the major leagues.
And that had to be very hard for him because of the success last year, but coming back from the injury and not having any success. Rick Adair, the pitching coach. Jeremy Guthrie to his left. That's Brady Anderson. How about this man right here?
Yep.
Brady with the sideburns and the power of the Baltimore Orioles. Brady could do it. He's a roving. Well, I was shocked to see him yesterday, first of all, but he said he's doing some roving and with the ball club at the major league level, but not with them all the time.
High pop-up. Josh Bell into foul territory, and Bell has it. So that's out number 2. So he's traveling around?
Traveling around the minor leagues. Well, Brady had a season with about 50 home runs in one season. Could run, could hit. So you got Tommy Hunter, Rick Adair, the pitching coach in the middle, Jeremy Guthrie, and Brady Anderson. Brady's still very strong. He does some off-season training and was working with the Orioles, where he had some great seasons.
So 1-0 Willingham. Willingham leading the team in home runs and RBIs, 19 and 66. In a little bit of a scuffle right now.
That's why, as a hitter, when you are hitting well, you really appreciate every time you go to the plate and you feel great, because you know you're going to have your downs and you hope more of it. Everything works so well, and all of a sudden you have the same pitch and you just can't do anything with it.
That one lined, and it is just foul.
Things like that happen.
Yep.
That's a double and RBI with 2 outs. Coco Crisp running, but just foul. But the thing that Josh Willingham very rarely changes his approach. Very quick, a little bit of a leg kick, got it down, the front foot, fastball just enough inside that he hooked it just enough. Just no chalk at all. Make that foul line wider.
Willingham has 19 strikeouts in his last 13 games. Coco leaning a little bit, dancing a little bit, stays there. And that one's rolled foul. The count remains 2-2 to Willingham.
Brian Mattis staying true to form with the fastballs inside, and that's why Willingham keep pulling pitches inside.
Like a slider, strike 3 called. Willingham doesn't agree with Brian Gorman. So a walk, nothing else for the A's. No score after 1. Inning from the Coliseum. Guillermo Moscoso had a 3-up, 3-down first inning. He'll face Adam Jones, Vladimir Guerrero, and Matt Wieters. Orioles come in with a 47-72 record. They're 18-37 on the road. They are 4-3 against the A's this year, with this game and then tomorrow's game yet to play.
I saw Jones swing at the first pitch fastball, and we'll see with the hitters in this part of the batting order and even down the lower third, with Moscoso using primarily fastball the first 3 batters, getting a strikeout, 2 fly balls. Not deep. But as you are hitting lower in the batting order, you watch what a pitcher does, kind of a pattern, and how his fastball is. Check the velocity on the board, and then make an adjustment when you get to plate and cheat a little bit, maybe as Andino did last night with the bases loaded.
One and two the count to Adam Jones. Jones a long walk around the dirt area at home plate. Made you think maybe he pulled something or something.
He fouled the ball off his foot last night, or his ankle. He's wearing the protection on his left chin where he got hit. It was a Gio Gonzalez curveball last night. Sometimes you just cannot get enough protection. Didn't have any last time when he got hit. That's why he had to add it in the next at bat, and probably for quite a while.
Gio, disappointing loss last night. Pitched very well for 6 innings, but the 7th inning he ran into some trouble. Bullpen could not help him out. He's going on a month without a W.
It's kind of tough to have a 1-run lead, bases loaded, nobody out. You're out of the game, and you're praying for 9 outs from your bullpen, especially in the bases loaded, nobody out situation. Just did not work out for Bob Melvin and his crew, as the Orioles did score the 4 in the 7th inning.
Another foul ball, this one right into the A's dugout. Yeah, you're asking an awful lot. Yeah. You're asking a lot out of the bullpen in just that 7th inning. Guerrero waits in the on-deck circle. Another foul ball. The at-bat rolls on between Jones and Moscoso.
Moscoso 10 pitches in the first inning and 8 to Jones starting this inning.
2-2 pitch again. It's blocked by Suzuki. 3-2. They're underway down in Anaheim. A big series between the Rangers and the Angels. And when Texas at it again, they scored 2 at the top of the first. Rangers are rolling. 3-2 is outside, and Jones, after the long at bat, gets the leadoff walk. Here's our Farmers Insurance report card. A's best record versus American League opponents since 1998. They have played the best against the Baltimore Orioles. I think the A's have not lost a season series to the O's since 1998.
Better win tonight and tomorrow then.
Yeah.
Because that's in jeopardy.
You know, that doesn't surprise me. Just you think back, and it does seem like the A's always do play pretty well against the Orioles, including in Baltimore. Not so this year, but
Well, even in the early 70s, the 3 consecutive World Series, a couple of those against the Orioles to get to Fall Classic.
Swing and a miss by Guerrero.
Big breeze there.
Yep. Guerrero was 1 for 4 with a run scored. He had a big hit in that 4-run 7th inning last night. Overall hitting .276 with 10 home runs and 41 runs batted in. Swing there by Guerrero, fouls it straight back. 1-2 the count.
Guerrero turned on about a 93, 94 mile-an-hour fastball off Gio Gonzalez last night. Pulled it hard into left field. In that inning you're talking about. Jones hit a curveball, Guerrero a fastball, and then he walked Wieters. Yeah, that does not take a lot of pitches.
Just off the plate to even the count at 2-2. Guerrero is 36 years old. As we mentioned last night, 446 career home runs. Drives that one to right field. De Jesus coming in and over, and he's got it for out number 1. So that'll bring up Matt Wieters, who had a long home run last night.
Well, I want to go up the ladder a little bit, and he took it to right center. Off the back concrete wall. Then took a 3-2 changeup in that 7th inning to load the bases. From Gio Gonzalez, Gio got the sign from Kurt Suzuki. He threw the changeup. Wieters took it. Sitting from the right side with lefty Gio pitching. And I asked him, I said, how could you take a 3-2 changeup? He said, I was looking for the changeup the entire bat. And that's why he took 3-0 fastball, which was a take. But then he took the 3-1 fastball, which is a pretty good pitch. Said he's looking changeup because he took it, and he said he's looking for it. So you're not surprised.
Yeah, but if you were looking for it, and it's that close, would you swing at it?
Exactly.
I mean, generally, if you get the pitch you're looking for and it's close, guys usually take a pretty good rip at it.
Just thought with the home plate umpire Larry Vanover that he was going to call it the way he did.
Allen spins, gets the out at second, back to first. Nicely done. 3-6-3 double play by Brandon Allen. Side retired. Bottom of the second coming up. Allen's going to lead it off.
seen Brandon Allen do a lot of things, and he does it again here. A 3-6-3 double play. And Brandon Allen close to first base, but he opted to go to second, knowing that Wieters is not very fast. He was able to get it to Cliff Pennington and return throw accurately to Allen. And you know, when you make a great play, you lead off the next day.
Every game. Every game. He took his time on that play.
Yes, he did.
Not panic. Just relax. It's a nice play.
Set himself up to spin the 360. Nice throw to Cliff Pennington. Of course, Penny with a very strong arm back to Allen, who was able to take the throw himself instead of getting the pitcher involved. You always like that.
So 1-0 to Brandon Allen, who has 6 hits and 10 at-bats. Got a double and RBI. Back-to-back 3-hit games for Allen. He'll be followed by Sizemore and then to Jesus here in the bottom of the second inning. Told you about the Orioles record. The A's are 53-68. Unfortunately, that is a season high. 15 games under the 500 mark. 31-28 at home.
Brandon Allen last night, broken back base hit to left field, and went back up the middle with a 2-strike fastball. And another hit to center field. Jammed a little bit, but still had Jones playing deep enough he could not get to it. But the one swing he had prior to that hit was the hard line drive down the right field line, pulled foul, but he has power.
Good take there.
But I think anytime a hitter who has power uses the whole field, especially stays back to go to the opposite field, he's going to be able to generate some power when he gets the pitch.
Rip at that one, fouls it back. Count stays 3-2. Well, Allen, 21 home runs in the minor leagues this year, and he did that in 93 games. That includes 10 games in Sacramento. Pop up again, and again, that'll reach the seats. Allen is seeing just about everything that Brian Mattis has in this at-bat. The career minor league numbers for Brandon Allen. And he takes low and a good at-bat, so Allen has a leadoff walk.
Young man's got an idea, doesn't he? To him, that kind of power, you figure he's going to be jumping out of his shoes, swinging at anything and everything, but looks like he trusts his hand, trusts his bat and his bat speed to where he can stay back and take those close pitches and draw a walk. Nice combination to have.
Got a good lead at first as Sizemore steps up.
Oh, doesn't have to be.
Sizemore did not play last night. Eric Sogard got a start at third base. Sizemore had a little bit of a tough series against the Rangers over the weekend. He was 1 for 12 with 7 strikeouts. So night off and get back to work. Side 2-1. Allen again with a pretty good lead at first.
Sizemore drives one to left. Hit pretty well. Reimold's going back. It's over his head. Lands at the base of the wall. Brandon Allen digging around third. The throw to the plate is just a bit late. He slides in, and the A's are on the board. Sizemore with an RBI double.
Mike Gallego very aggressively sending Brandon Allen, but it also shows that the A's third base coach watched how the ball hit the bottom of the wall in left field. Hit very hard by Scott Sizemore, but as it got over Reimold's head in left field, it did not bounce back to him. Watch it stay right underneath, and he had to go get the ball. And at that point, with Brandon Allen running well and running fast, he was able to be sent by Mike Gallego and showing his speed, and also the ability to slide around a tag by the catcher Wieters. It's a nice slide. Go around, tag the plate with the left hand, and nice hit by Scott Sizemore.
So what you're saying is he gave him an avenue to slide.
Yep. He took it. David DeJesus behind, and here's the foot to try to block him off, but instead he went around him with the hand. Had he slid feet first and tried to maybe hook slide, big leg, the big foot of Wieters would have stopped him. Give him the lane, then take the lane away as he starts to slide, but very good slide by Allen to get around.
0-2 to David DeJesus.
But watch this foot go right here, and he's going to come around. And an excellent slide, and Wieters not able to hang on to the ball, but the left hand of Allen hit the plate as he went past it. But David DeJesus did exactly what you're supposed to do. The on-deck hitter, get up and tell the runner what to do, where to slide, if to slide. In this case, definitely telling him to kind of fade away with a slide. Derek Jeter's play would not have been as sensational as it was, and the on-deck hitter told Jeremy Giambi to slide.
Yeah.
That was a huge play, and Jeter, of course, very alertly making the play in the playoffs. But
DeJesus goes down swinging for a second strikeout for Brian Mattis.
David was trying to pull the ball to advance Sizemore to third base, but got the breaking ball and took a lot off of it, did Mattis.
Kurt Suzuki.
So one out for Kurt Suzuki. .228 the average for Suzuki with 10 home runs and 31 runs batted in. Kurt was 0 for 4 last night, but he does have 4 hits and 10 at-bats against Brian Mattis in his career. Sizemore with an RBI double here in the second inning to give the A's the 1-0 lead. Kurt Suzuki has just not been able to put together one of those hot streaks. This is game number 122 for the A's. You'll see a hitter, even if they're struggling, usually find a hot stretch, but I don't think Kurt's really had one this year. That's disappointing.
Well, even that 2-0 fastball right there, even though it was to the outside part of the plate, it's a time you can guess, expand your strike zone, be aggressive to the point that maybe you'll get the 2-0 fastball that you like and you do something with it. Got to stay away with the fastball, and with that in mind, just think opposite field. They still don't have a hit with a runner in scoring position because Allen was at first. The hit by Sizemore, even though he drove him home.
Good take there by Suzuki. So second walk in the inning, and the A's have 2 on with 1 out for Pennington.
Batting in the ninth position.
Pennington a couple of hits last night.
Cliff Pennington.
So the average at .259 with 5 home runs, 37 runs batted in. Pennington this year has been a better hitter from the right side as opposed to the left side. 295 right-handed, 245 left-handed. Breaking ball snaps in there, and it's 1-1. Couple of walks and a double for the A's here in the second inning, and they're looking for more than just the one. Pennington, little looper over first, and it'll drop fair. It's going to drive home Sizemore. Pennington will take it. 2-0 Athletics.
Wee Willie Keeler hit them where they ain't. That ball was in on the hands of Cliff Pennington, and even though Reynolds, a first baseman, not holding the runner at first base, still Pennington able to inside out the ball, jammed as he was, and there's no way Reynolds could get to it. Sizemore read it perfectly, so the A's do get a hit with the runner in scoring position.
So Rick Adair wants to talk to the young left-hander.
Well, they probably tell him you've given up 2 hits, but you've also given up 2 walks. And that's kind of started the inning and extended the inning for the A's with the 1-out walk. Put runners at first and second.
Pitching, again, the problem for the Orioles. That's the starters' numbers. They have the highest team ERA in the American League at 4.82. It's total pitching staff.
The Iron Man, Jerry takes the ball every 5th day.
Another flare, and that's going to drop fair. 1 run scores. Weeks will try for 2. He'll make it. So it's 3-0.
At this point, Bob Melvin will take anything. Just like Cliff Pennington. Jamal Weeks, a big swing. I don't even know if he saw where the ball was actually hit. He opened up, kind of looked left a little bit, and then the ball flared out to the right side, but able to pick it up with Suzuki scoring, and Weeks went into second easily with the double, even though Marquez has the very strong arm in right field.
So RBI number 23 for Weeks. And the A's have second and third, just 1 out. Coco to center field. Pennington tags. Jones, he's got it. The throw to the plate is in time. What a play by Matt Wieters. I didn't think they had a chance at Pennington, and Wieters went up the line, grabbed it, came back, and made the tag. Terrific play by the catcher. But the A's score 3 times and lead 3-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Pepsi Max
Buck Showalter says that Matt Wieters is the best at making plays just like he did. And Pennington going inside with a throw is Matsui telling him to do that, to get down and go in. But Wieters, tall, grabs the ball, short hop, reaches back and makes the tag on Cliff Pennington and Brian Gorman there to make the call. And I'll tell you what Buck Showalter said, he was raving about the plays that his catcher has made so far this season. He will add that to the list.
How hard is that play?
That is very hard. I thought initially the ball was in the air. Didn't realize it was short hop, which made it even that much more an impressive play.
And short hopping a ball with a catcher's mitt on.
Oh yeah. I mean, really, you're just putting your mitt out there, putting the glove out there, and you hope that the ball gets in because momentum is carrying you towards the base runner.
The A's do score 3 runs in the inning on 3 hits, a couple of walks. In fact, both the walks scored. Sizemore with the RBI double. So the A's 3-0 for Guillermo Moscoso. One bounced, and it's fair past a diving Sizemore. Going to roll into the corner where Willingham will pick it up, and it's going to be a leadoff double for Mark Reynolds.
Come out for the 13th annual Breast Cancer Awareness Day on Sunday, September the 4th. Over 500 cancer survivors will participate in the on-field ceremony, and with all proceeds going to cancer research. 10,000 fans will receive an A's Pink Argyle scarf. Today is presented by Big O Tires and is sponsored by Ross Autobates, Bay Area News Group, Comerica, Good Neighbor Pharmacy, and State Roofing Systems. For more information, go to OaklandAthletics.com/BCA.
So the first hit for the Orioles is the Reynolds double, and here's Andino. Just a bit outside. Andino had the big hit in the game last night. A 2-run double that gave the Orioles the lead. Overall hitting .261, couple of homers, 17 RBIs. Playing in place of Brian Roberts. He's the very fine second baseman who's been out pretty much most of the year.
Well, this ball right down the middle, and talking to Joe Gonzalez, he had talked to Dennis Santos, and Dennis Santos thought the pitch was away. Joe said no, it's down the middle, and we just saw it again. It's right down the middle, belt high. And Andino, if he had been pitched the same way Reynolds was, with the fastballs down and away, probably would have gotten him out, but jumped on the first offering, and it's the biggest hit in the game.
Josh Bell is in the on-deck circle. 1-2 the count to Andino. Just reaches for that breaking ball. Fouls it right at the plate. May have got a piece of Kurt Suzuki.
Yes.
Yeah, it did.
Right knee.
Fastball is off the plate. 2-2 the count.
But I think Kurt Suzuki, if he can move in maybe about an inch or two to the outside corner, because Moscoso has thrown several to the right-handers just off the plate, according to Brian Gorman.
This one tapped past Moscoso. Weeks charges quickly to first, and they just get the speedy Andino. It does get Reynolds to third.
Probably good news that Moscoso did not make contact, did not kind of reach, then ball over his head. If he touches the ball at all and slows it down, Andino's going to beat it out, because as it was, the second baseman Jamal Weeks had to hurry his throw to get the speedy Andino.
So 1 out, runner at third, and Josh Bell steps in. Bell hits it hard, but it's just foul. All the infielders are back except for Sizemore at third, who's playing just about even with the bag, maybe a step behind the bag. Bell had a 2-run single drawn in infield last night. Swing and a miss. Off speed, 0-2.
Santos got ahead of him last night. 0-2, just like he is tonight. Then ended up getting the hit on a 3-2 fastball. Good breaking pitch down. This is what a pitcher has to try to get a little stingy. Knowing the infield's back, try to get a strikeout. Keep the runner at third.
Right back down in the dirt. Bell checks this one.
Good block by Kurt Suzuki is no swing, but Suzuki, who was hit on the right knee, used that same right knee to block the ball to keep it from going past him with the runner at third.
Pitch is bounced to Allen, who backhands it. That's going to get a run home. Moscoso covers. So Bell gets the RBI ground out. The Orioles are on the board. It's 3-1.
Another nice play by Brandon Allen. I mean, he made it look easy, but once he backhanded the ball, Moscoso was covering first. Watch how far he is away and leads Moscoso. He did not wait. He just led him perfectly, and Moscoso on the move about 5-6 feet from the bag. Caught the ball, led perfectly by Brandon Allen. So everything he is doing so far has been perfect, especially at first base.
Top of the order, Nolan Reimold. Reimold to Pennington, and Pennington throws out Reimold. A run for the Orioles, so we're headed to the bottom of the third. 3-1 Athletics.
Water break.
Sports Day California is brought to you by Infineon Raceway. The Indy Grand Prix of Sonoma IZOD IndyCar Series returns to Sonoma August 26th through the 28th. Tickets at InfineonRaceway.com. 3-1, the A's lead. It's the bottom of the third, and Hideki Matsui is going to lead it off. He'll be followed by Willingham and Brandon Allen. How you doing, Ray?
Well, Busy Bee Bakery arrived tonight.
I'm trying to think if I've ever seen my partner happy. Lots of pastries.
Wow.
they look good. Not one box, 2 boxes. And they're both very heavy.
One for you, one for me.
The bottom of the box needs reinforcements. It's one of those kind. Wieters takes care of Matsui. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Now batting.
Willingham will hit.
Number 16, Josh Willingham.
Josh Hamilton has homered for Texas. It's now 3-0 Rangers over the Angels in the 3rd. Blue Jays and the Mariners are underway. Mills and Vargas. Well, the Mariners a couple of runs late last night, 2 in the 8th to come back and beat the Jays 6-5. But tonight, the Blue Jays still probably a little ticked off. They scored 6 runs in the 1st inning against Vargas. Mariners have come back to score 3 in the 2nd, so it's 6-3 2nd inning. So a 6 spot for the Jays in that 1st. They can score some runs. We saw that.
They don't get cheated.
No, they don't.
Not a hitter on that club that will get cheated in swings. We'll see them Thursday for a 4-game series.
Willingham to left. And that baby is way out of here. Number 20 for Willingham.
And if you remember the pitch he was called out on his first at bat, like a changeup that kind of ran and maybe off the plate inside. This time he did not let the changeup get anywhere except very deep to left field. The swing, and Josh Willingham a couple of steps down the line. He knew it was gone. Question of how far. So it gets the 20 mark and another home run against the lefty and a changeup. Josh has enough power. He can provide his own. He does not need help.
That was a long one again. So 20th homer, 67th RBI for Willingham. And here's Brandon Allen. Takes low, 1-1 the count. Allen walked and scored in the 2nd inning.
So again, the A's scoring some runs for Moscoso. They did it against the Blue Jays, and so far tonight, 3rd inning, they've scored 4.
Allen slices one to left, and that is just foul.
You mentioned Josh Willingham might struggle, but he never changes much, and just a powerful swing. Kind of looked as he headed down first base, but it sounded great, and the distance was unbelievable again. And a changeup, when you hit a changeup, you're providing your own power, and he has plenty. Jamal's got to be thinking, how'd you do that? Jamal just keep hitting base hits. He's looking to see how far it went. Jamal probably said, my brother Ricky does that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Towards second, Andino. And there's a tricky hop. Throws out Allen for out number 2.
Now batting. Third baseman.
So Sizemore will hit.
29, Scott.
The A's on the board last inning with the RBI double, hit right off the base of the left field wall. The A's with 3 in the 2nd and 1 here in the 3rd to take the 4-1 lead. Shutdown innings. Worst percentage in the majors by the Baltimore Orioles. Swing and a miss.
Earl Weaver.
It's good to see Earl here.
Yes, Earl's never had hair that long in his life.
Would not allow it.
No. Yeah, now we have computers that tell all the statistics. Earl Weaver was one of the first to start that. Remember, he would platoon John Lowenstein and I want to say Ron Renicky in left field, but you know, he would use the right versus left and different things. And He kept it all himself. He didn't use computers. He just knew how certain guys hit in a platoon situation, and Earl believed in one thing: a 3-run home run. He would wait forever for a 3-run home run.
Hardy has it, and that'll do it. But a Willingham home run, and it was a long one, his 20th of the year. So after 3 innings, the A's with a 4-1 lead.
And subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every Oakland A's game live or on demand on your computer and your favorite devices. Visit OaklandAthletics.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. It is everywhere.
Top of the 4th inning. It's a 4-1 A's lead with J.J. Hardy leading it off. Hardy, Markakis, and Jones, the scheduled hitters. Fastball, and Hardy swings through. Moscoso's tried that outside corner with Brian Gorman a handful of times tonight. Really has not got the call. It looks like it's probably a bit off the plate.
No more than a bit.
Not a lot.
And Gorman pretty much straight behind Kurt Suzuki. So he's able to see both sides of the plate. It's a little frustrating because a pitcher throws the ball and he sees a catcher catch the ball without moving his mitt. And you have to wonder why it's not called a strike. Except maybe the catcher's just off the plate a little bit, or it's cutting right at the end.
Yeah, this is the pitch a couple pitches ago.
This is our Tommy Cam here, and I mean that's not that bad, folks. I mean that could be gone. That could be a strike. It's called the black, but Brian Gorman is not calling it.
This one's popped up and just below us. We don't get them up here very often.
No.
I mean, there's been a couple that have rattled around up here.
A value deck very rarely.
Yeah.
Above us.
I think last time one came up here, I think our high home cameraman was Marty, and he booted it. Hardy swings and misses. Good pitch there by Moscoso. So 1 out here in the 4th inning. Well, if you've been to an authentic Fan Friday, CSNCalifornia.com invites you to tag yourself in our Facebook photo album. Visit our page at facebook.com/CSN Bay Area and find the photo booth at Authentic Fan Fridays, where you can pose with mustaches and authentic A's gear. Facebook.com/CSN Bay Area, the photo booth home for the authentic A's fans. Markakis hit a fly ball to center field. That was ending the 1st inning. Orioles tabbed Markakis as kind of the cornerstone. Obviously signed him to a long contract. He is signed through 2014. And now, with the extension to J.J. Hardy, the shortstop, he is also signed through 2014. We don't know how long that gentleman's contract runs. He's an Orioles
fan forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
But Markakis kind of quietly goes about his business. He's a very good outfielder. Hit leaders since 07. Well, look at the names ahead of him: Jeter, Cano, Young, and Ichiro. Nothing wrong with that. Coco Crisp on the move, and he's going to get there in left center field for out number 2. Five in a row retired by Guillermo Moscoso as he faces Adam Jones.
Number 10, Adam Jones.
Jones led off the 2nd inning with a walk, but he was erased on a double play a couple of batters later. First pitch, a little off speed, drops in. Dodger fans, that you just don't see that very often. You don't see Dodger fans here that much.
You must think it's 1988.
It's interesting. Maybe they're from L.A. and they're just in the Bay Area for some reason and decided, let's go to a ball game.
They wanted to go across the bay with the real rivalry between the Giants and the Dodgers, but they decided to come here.
I thought maybe the Giants were home there now. So shoot on over to the Coliseum.
They're about as far away from California as you could get. Back in Georgia.
I think they'd like to come home.
I think so. But they've got about another week. At least I guess they're on the same time the A's are at home. Usually that is the case, although they have been home the same time the A's have a couple of times this year.
1-2 to Adam Jones. Line drive, and that's a base hit. He got a hanger. He lined it to center for a 2-out hit. So Guerrero will get an at-bat with a runner on base.
Well, good hitters take advantage of mistakes, and that clearly was a mistake with a breaking ball that stayed up about belt high, and that's similar to the curveball hit from Gio Gonzalez last night. Started the 7th inning, the 4-run 7th.
Guerrero hit a fly ball to right field in the 2nd. Swing and a miss.
Adam Jones at first, he takes off every time like he's going to steal.
Yeah.
He kind of shoots up a flare, and from a right-handed hitter standpoint, if you see that at all, I don't think it bothers Vladimir Guerrero, but time you look up, you think he's running, and then he stops. Maybe that's just his way of getting a good jump or good lead off first base. Can be distracting to a hitter.
I mean, who else would you be if doing that? You're not really distracting anybody else.
Except the hitter.
Because you're doing it after the pitcher throws the pitch, so you're not distracting him. So the only guy you're distracting possibly is the hitter, your teammate. And I got to believe some guys see it. If you're a right-handed hitter, how could you not see it?
That's just a big, I mean, he's going kind of sideways, not really turning like he's going to run, but still, that's just an immediate move off first base.
But he has looked like he's going to steal a couple times with his first step or two. Right center. Coco on the run, and he's not going to get it. It's going to go to the wall. Here comes Adam Jones. He is being waved home. Weeks will hold it, not make a throw, and that's a 2-out RBI double for Vladimir Guerrero. It's 4-2.
As we say, that's one guy's never distracted anyway. He's going to swing. And it happened to be 2 strikes on him. He swung and sliced the ball to right center, and that's the danger when you put a runner on in front of Vladimir Guerrero. Hanging breaking ball 0-2, and you can't fool him. You just cannot fool bad Vlad. Turn on a fastball, you try to flip a breaking ball, you're going to fool him. You better throw it much harder than that. It was just too slowly, especially with 2 strikes, and Guillermo knew it.
But if Coco doesn't catch it, I don't know that anybody's going to catch it. So here's Wieters. The Orioles come right back. You look up at the scoreboard, Ray, and see the line score, and you see that the old shutdown inning is not happening tonight. And that's not just Moscoso, that's both teams.
Also looking on the board and seeing 2-3-0, 4-4-0. Not a lot of hits, but the runs. So he scored a couple of walks to help them score their 4.
0-1 to Matt Wieters. Wieters down the left field line. A long run for Pennington, the shortstop. He's going to get there. Step in fair territory. He's got it. Side retired. Guerrero with the RBI double. 4-2 A's after 3.5.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
Who's the Orioles all-time wins leader versus the Athletics? Well, the Orioles have been around since 1954. Now, before that, they were the
St. Louis.
There you go. St. Louis Browns for a long time. And then the Browns moved to Baltimore and became the Orioles. St. Louis Browns were kind of second fiddle, though, weren't they? In St. Louis with the Cardinals there. So they headed to Baltimore, and very nice history at the Orioles organization.
Well, the Oriole way. There's a tradition, the Oriole way, and the players that have played there. And I think of Earl Weaver. There's no doubt the man who probably was ejected more than any manager I've ever seen. But he fired him up.
He was fun. Here's our Subway Eat Fresh Ask Glenn and Ray question. Log on to csncalifornia.com to post your question.
I know the question. I'll give you the answer.
All right, Mitch from Oakland asks.
Key lime blueberry bar. Oh, I thought, what was it? August.
Key lime, is that a player? Who was the funniest player you ever played with? And what was their funniest moment?
Oh, wow. Funniest player. Played with guys who are all serious.
Yeah.
Wow.
You just said John Lowenstein.
What?
Did you play with him with the Indians?
Yes, he was. Yes. He was funny.
Could be two, and that will be two. Tailor-made double play. And if you're David DeJesus, you do the right thing. You slide about 15 feet in front of second base to get the heck out of the way.
John Lowenstein was playing with the Orioles. Something happened where it was serious. I mean, I don't know if he got hit, but whatever it was, they carried him off on a stretcher. I mean, he was just out.
Yeah.
And all the fans in Baltimore standing up, the old stadium, Memorial Stadium, just really concerned about him. As he got right in front of the dugout, he was on the stretcher. He popped straight up and threw his arms up in the air. But he was deking him all the way into the dugout.
Oh,
But he was a piece of it.
Steiner. He supposedly also uttered the famous phrase, it's very difficult to win a doubleheader if you don't win the first game.
But he's true. That's true.
It's pretty accurate. Yeah. Tough to do. Don't know if it's ever been done. There was a doubleheader today. The Rays and the Red Sox played a day-nighter at Fenway. Boston won the first game. The Rays came back in the nightcap. Won that. Mattis strikes out Cliff Pennington, so the double play helps Brian Mattis. We're through 4. It's 4-2 A's lead. Jim Palmer was a 20-game winner against the Athletics.
Just ask him. Check this. He said, you know, we're 1-0 with Ray Fosse bobblehead in front of me. He's put me there to slap me around.
Yeah, that's the word, is he was slapping you around, which, you know what, we're not happy with that, Jimbo. I'll tell you that right now.
Cakes.
You know, I mean, slap some people around, but you do not slap the Ray Fosse bobblehead around.
Well, the A's need to win tonight so they can take it down. We don't want any superstition over that booth.
0-1 to Mark Reynolds. Reynolds doubled leading off the third, and then he later scored on a ground out that got the Orioles on the board. Wild game going on in Chicago. The White Sox with a 7-6 lead over the Indians. But the Indians have runners on the corners and one out at the top of the ninth inning. And the Indians know that the Tigers have already won their game. And that is who the Indians are chasing. So right now with that Detroit win, Cleveland is 2.5 out. But they're trying to rally and tie that game in Chicago. So we'll keep you updated on that.
And Sin-Soo Choo is back.
He is back. Yeah. Pretty good hitter to get back middle of August when you're in a pennant race. 3-2 to Reynolds. He'll be followed by Andino and then Josh Bell.
Should be a fastball. Should be a big swing.
It's going to reach the seats.
Jim Palmer, Cy Young Award winner 3 times, All-Star 6 times, 4 starts. He started the game in 1970. Gold Glove winner, 268 career wins, 8 20-win seasons. Wow. And a member of the Baltimore Orioles 1971 4-man rotation. All 4 won at least 20 games.
And a very unique windup in the overhand. Not the light kick like Juan Marichal really, but the straight over the top.
High ball pitcher and very, very effective. And it just kind of, it's not true that the ball rises, but he threw it the baseball and it seemed like it did rise about, get about belt time, and all of a sudden you swing and you miss it. But a great competitor, came up at a very young age and very consistent. But it showed the gentleman wearing Earl Weaver's uniform. Earl Weaver and Jim Palmer they had their battles. They had their battles throughout their time they were together, and they were in Baltimore a long time, both in the Hall of Fame.
Skied Brandon Allen. He's under it, and he's got it. Hey, Ray, check it out. Look what we got for you. The John Lowenstein stretcher footage. And they're playing the A's. How awesome is that? So the ball hit him in the head. All right. So Steiner's down.
You okay, John? Yeah. Oh, and that place was so quiet. Just, oh, poor John. We hope he's okay. And then he just.
So were you playing in that game? Because it was against the A's. We obviously don't know what year it was. 1980.
No,
okay.
I wasn't there. But I do remember it. And knowing John, not surprising. Watch him.
He's thinking about it, right? Are you okay? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do it.
Look like the doctor's next to him. Oh, come on, lay back down now, John.
Little flare out there left field where Pennington veers off for Willingham, and Willingham dropped it. So Andino's going to be at second base. Pennington, I think he had a beat on it, then he veered off, and Willingham just could not come up with it cleanly.
Well, the ball was hit kind of jammed by Andino, and when Pennington went out, and as an infielder, you go out until you're called off by the outfielder. Right there, he's called off, comes in, and unfortunately, I got it, and he did. Got there and just hit hard on the heel of the glove. He's going to be an E7.
So here's Josh Bell with a runner at second. High fastball. So that is air number 100 for the A's this year. And it's game number 122.
Some fans said that was horrible.
But he wasn't really yelling it. He was just kind of making a comment. So 99 errors last year for the entire season. It's been an issue.
But again, Bob Melvin has been very open and doesn't hold anything back. And I think he's correct 100%. He says you might go in a slump swinging the bat. Pitching, you might go in a little bit of a slump. But defense, you should always be able to catch the baseball. And he's right. I mean, speed doesn't go into slumps, but defense shouldn't either. You're at the major league level. You should be able to catch the ball, whether it's in the air or ground balls, and especially the routine plays. Now, the one that Willingham had to charge, run a long way to get to the ball, and for him, simply just turned his glove over, had the pocket up, but he was going, and you see so many will have kind of the palm or the mitt facing downward, and that's where you have a mistake.
And that's going to get down for a base hit, and Dino is being waved home, and he will score. So Bell with another RBI. He had 2 last night. He's got 2 tonight, and it's 4-3. So the air comes back to haunt the Athletics again.
Hitting in the 9th spot of the batting order. Pretty good hitting by Bell with a change up away from him. Just reached out and raked it into center field. Unfortunately, Moscoso left the ball up to enable him to hit the ball the way he did. Look at Chris trying to dig in Dino, but Dino very alertly picked up where the outfielders were playing.
So top of the order, Nolan Reimold. So the Orioles chip away. They've scored 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, and 1 here in the 5th. Reimold had a good swing at the first pitch. The Indians did tie that game in Chicago. So they're going to the bottom of the 9th, 7-7. Swing and a miss, 0-2. The Tigers won 7-1 behind Justin Verlander. He is now 18-5. 204 strikeouts now for Verlander. He struck out 8 tonight.
What's his ERA?
Oh, Brian, what's the updated ERA for Verlander? He came in 2nd in the American League in ERA. Swing and a miss by Reimold. 3rd strikeout for Moscoso.
I challenged him, and a very good challenge fastball. Target outside, pitch inside, but still a very good fastball by Moscoso as he just made his 91st, I think his 81st pitch.
So 2 outs for J.J. Hardy. Well, Verlander, coming into tonight's start, he was the only pitcher in the major leagues with 17 wins, and now he's got 18.
Well, he and CeCe were tied at 16, but CeCe's lost a couple.
Well, Verlander 2nd in ERA, 1st in innings pitched, 1st in strikeouts, 1st in opponent's batting average. And he has jumped to the top of the Cy Young voting, I would think. He's just having a terrific season. 18-5.
Unless somebody has a 1.8 ERA.
Yeah, I don't know that anybody does.
12. 13. It's going to be hard to deny him the award for sure. The way Verlander's pitched, has a no-hitter.
Well, the Tigers are 7-1 winners.
Tigers will be back here to the Coliseum.
That's right.
Face the Tigers again. Just 1 trip back to Detroit.
When are they here? It's late
4-game
September.
series.
Yeah, 15, 16, 17, and 18. That's a Thursday through a Sunday.
2 4-game series against the Tigers here. 1 2-game series in Detroit. For the A's.
The A's have to play the Indian Jet, a 4-game series in Cleveland. Tough road trip coming up for the Athletics. 3 in New York, 3 in Boston, 4 in Cleveland.
3 top division clubs.
Yeah. Brian tells us the ERA for Verlander now 2.31. So he's rolling along.
And if the Tigers are going to play a 4-game series in Oakland, pretty good chance the A's will see Verlander.
80% chance.
That's a good
one. Math whiz. 3-2 to Hardy. The runner goes, and the ball's hit hard to Pennington. And that will do it. But another run, unearned run for the Orioles. Bottom of the 5th coming up. It's now 4-3. Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Come try the new Jumbo Breakfast Platter for just $2.99 plus tax at Jack in the Box at participating restaurants. A's 4, Orioles 3. It's the bottom of the 5th inning from the Coliseum. And it'll be the top of the order for the Athletics. Weeks, Crisp, and Matsui against Brian Mattis. Mattis has given up 5 hits. He's walked 3, struck out 3.
Well, the A's definitely need to keep adding on because the Orioles are finding a way to at least battle back. 1 run per inning, but it's now just a 1-run game.
Weeks a ground out, and then he blooped an RBI double down the right field line in the 2nd inning. That's when the A's scored 3 times. That was pitch number 70 for Brian Mattis. Both pitchers pretty high pitch counts. Good breaking ball there, 2-2. Rangers still leading the Angels 5-1 now in the 5th inning. And Seattle has come all the way back to tie that game. 6-6 in the 4th after the Blue Jays scored 6 in the 1st. Weeks drives on the right field. Markakis gets back there and at the warning track makes the catch.
Catch A's Talk presented by Coors Light, live after tomorrow's A's versus Orioles game at the Holiday Inn Oakland Airport Diamond Sports Bar and Grill. Our special guest will be A's starting pitcher Gio Gonzalez, live at the Holiday Inn, 77 Hagenberger in Oakland. Chris Townsend, our special guest, but I think it's Chris Townsend special.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. We'll be hosting over at the Holiday Inn Oakland Airport Diamond Sports Bar and Grill. That's a regular event that Chris Townsend puts on with an A's player. It's always a very enjoyable day. Gio Gonzalez, very personal young man, so I'm sure that will be a very interesting afternoon, especially if the A's win tonight and tomorrow, win the series against Baltimore.
To Coco Crisp, who has walked and then hit a fly ball to center field that he thought at that time probably good enough for a sacrifice fly. Adam Jones and Matt Wieters were able to throw and then tag out. Pennington at the plate.
And that run right there might hope it doesn't matter, but that's instead of 4 in that inning, the A's came up with 3. Had a 2-run second inning last night, but could not add on.
Shot, nice play by Andino, backhands a short hop, and he throws out Coco Crisp. So 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Authentic fans know where to find the best deal in Bay Area baseball. It's Comcast Sportsnet California's Authentic Fan Fridays. Right here at the Coliseum, $12 gets you a ticket in our value deck. It's behind home plate. It gets you an A's fan t-shirt, a cheer card, and a $6 food and drink voucher. The next Authentic Fan Friday is this coming Friday when the Toronto Blue Jays are in town. Go to csncalifornia.com to get your tickets. First pitch to Hideki Matsui is high. Matsui has fouled out twice, once to third and once to the catcher. Matsui still has the second best batting average in baseball since the All-Star break, but he has slowed down some. He's got 7 hits in his last 34 at bats. Inside, almost hit him. The only guy that's hit better since the break is Troy Tulowitzki from the Colorado Rockies. Inside corner strike. And make it 3-2. Maybe Matsui would be ready to take a rip at that one.
Looking fastball, got a slider. Very good pitch. And the thing that Wieters is doing, he's calling curveballs and sliders when the fastball counts. And 3-1 definitely the fastball count. Looked like Matsui might have been thinking about it.
This one's hit to left center, and it's hit pretty well. Reimold's back there, though. Turns around. He's under it. Side retired. 3 up, 3 down inning for Brian Mattis. That's his first 3 up, 3 down inning in the game.
Saturday, August the 20th. That's coming up this weekend. The show set to Elvis hits and presented by Chevron begins after the A's play the Blue Jays at the Coliseum. Bring the family in your picnic blankets and enjoy the show from the outfield grass. For tickets, go to oaklandathletics.com/tickets. Get to experience the outfield grass here and see how well Playwood has it back in nice shape after the football game last Thursday. You'll be able to experience on the fields with fireworks in that same outfield grass that the 300-pound linemen were tromping around on. That's it out there, boy. Did a great job. That's where the fans will be sitting. The fireworks this Saturday. 2 more fireworks shows. One in September, of course, the one coming up Saturday.
Out of the order for Moscoso to face here in the 6th inning. Markakis lines one to left, and Willingham reaches out just to cut it off, and he did a nice job to get over there. Otherwise, that would have been a double. So Markakis has a base hit. So he's 1 for 3.
And Markakis, about 40 doubles a year. That's usually par for him. This one looked like it was a double, slicing away from Willingham. Stuck his glove out. Boy, that's a great play to keep it from going past him. Just reaches, catches the ball behind him as it had gone past him. And Markakis got to first base, realized that Willingham had caught the ball and decided to better shut it down. And good idea. Josh made a very nice play. Still thinking about the ball he dropped, though.
Here's Adam Jones. Jones swings at the first pitch, skies it to shallow center. Pennington has it. So 1 out here in the 6th, and Bad Vlad will stroll to the plate.
Now batting, number 27,
warming up
Vladimir
quickly.
Guerrero.
He's not messing around out there. So Guerrero steps in. He had an RBI double in the 4th inning, 1 for 2. Takes a rip at the first pitch and fouls it straight back. So Guerrero 1 for 2 tonight, 1 for 4 last night. You know, Ray Guerrero maybe getting up there in age a little bit, but he's still a very good hitter. He could DH for a while yet, I would think. I'm talking 2 or 3 more years.
If not more.
Yeah, he's in good shape. He spent a little time with the disabled list this year. I mean, he's as dangerous now as he was a couple of years ago, right?
Anybody swings as aggressively as he does, and a very tough to pitch to because he doesn't have an established strike zone. Nose to toes. I mean, anything that he can reach, he'll swing at. But I think after the 2009 season, when the Angels kind of said, well, we don't think you're going to be able to play very much anymore, and they didn't want to re-sign him. He signed a 1-year deal with the Rangers.
Willingham has it, so Guerrero just missed that one. Here's our true story. It's brought to you by McDonald's. June 16th of this year, Vladimir Guerrero gets his 2,500th career hit. It was an RBI double in Toronto. So he's got a little work to do to get to 500 home runs. He's closing in on that. He's got over 25 career hits.
500 more hits for him from that point, and he's added more since. But 25-36, you see the guys. Derek Jeter got over the 3,000. Ron Rodriguez might have a tough time catching as many games as he has. I wouldn't count out Vlad, though. Johnny Damon, a couple of guys are going to be able to DH quite a bit.
Yeah, I think that the 2 guys that are closest may have the most difficult time, Vizquel and Rodriguez, just because they're not playing that much. And Johnny Damon's going to keep playing, and he'll, I'm sure, always be a regular player. Guerrero the same way.
But I think when Bad Vlad, I think it maybe got to him a little bit when the Angels thought he wasn't healthy enough to play. And boy, he had a great year for the Rangers last year, coming off that season in Anaheim where They decided to go a different direction. As far as the DH, and of course, not playing in the outfield that much.
Outside.
Definitely the heart and soul of the Rangers last year that went to the World Series.
Well, it's funny, Ray. I'm just looking at some of my Angels notes. They were second in the league in runs scored in 09. And that was Guerrero's last year, right? Last year, they were 9th. They had a huge drop in just straight total runs scored. Could have something to do with Guerrero. It was from 09 to 010. Strike 3 call, the Weeders. So after the leadoff signal, Moscoso settles down and gets Jones, Guerrero, and Weeders. 4-3 A's. Coors Light 6th inning. It's time for the Coors Light Freeze Cam. Coors Light Freeze Cam is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. It's the world's most refreshing beer. A's 4, the Orioles 3. It's the bottom of the 6th inning from the O.co Coliseum. Willingham's going to lead it off. A long home run for Willingham back in the 3rd inning. Gave the A's the 4-1 lead at the time.
And Josh Willingham was the last A's player to hit a home run, and that was in Toronto a week ago tomorrow. He and David DeJesus hit home runs. And Willingham tonight, so a little bit of a drop for the A's. They had hit home runs in 8 consecutive games. Then nothing against the Rangers over the weekend last night. So Willingham, it's a change up for a home run.
Mattis has retired 5 in a row. That one's driven to right center, and that's going to get down for a hit. So Willingham with the RBI single earlier today. Team photo day. Get everybody out there. Line them up in the good-looking white uniforms.
First baseman, number 31.
Guys usually have a pretty good time.
And everybody out there, I walked to the clubhouse about 3:35. Empty. Completely empty. Players, staff, trainers, booth, equipment manager, Mickey.
The great Mickey Morabito. I just said he was sporting a nice A's green golf shirt. There they are. It's a good-looking group right there, I tell you. Oh, 0-1 to Brandon Allen. center field. Jones coming in. He got a good jump, and he covers a lot of ground. He's going to gun it to first, and that's going to be a double play. Wow, what a play by Adam Jones. He got a great jump, and he got rid of the ball quickly, and Willingham is doubled off first base.
Well, he showed he could throw to the plate when he threw out the runner at the plate on the double play, and this time, boy, he set up perfectly. And Josh Willingham, it wasn't a ball that really looked like it was going to drop in, and Willingham kind of in between. And with his arm in center field, it's tough to get caught in between, and he did, and was doubled off. Pennington thrown out at the plate by Adam Jones, and a double play in the second. Another double play. He's out there thinking about his hitting. He just has 2 double plays, another assist.
Not easy to get 2 outfield assists in one game.
Especially get 4 outs.
That's true, yeah. Front end of a double play on both times. 2-0 strike to Sizemore. And now 2-2. They're still playing in Chicago. It's a 7-7 game. They get through 10. In the 10th. The Yankees won their game tonight 9-7 in Kansas City, and with the Red Sox splitting their doubleheader, the Yankees go into first place by a half game. 3rd win in a row for New York. Payoff pitch to Sizemore is a strike on the outside corner. Strikeout number 4 for Brian Mattis. On to the 7th. It's 4-3 A's.
Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Xfinity, home of the most live sports, and by Chevrolet. Go to ChevyBaseball.com to support youth baseball and help make a moment kids will never forget.
He's hanging on to that 4-3 lead, top of the 7th inning. A's go to the bullpen when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. Brian Fuentes comes in. So Moscoso goes 6 innings. But he threw a lot of pitches in those 6 innings.
So the A's once again faced with a 7th inning, something that really it's been kind of a tough one for them. 8th and 9th pretty much taken care of with Balfour and Bailey with the lead. So Brian Fuentes is trying to get him through the 7th. A road that has changed for him as he was the closer to start the season with Bailey on the disabled list. Now a very important inning for the Athletics to get this 7th and back in the dugout with a lead.
Well, Fuentes lately has been much more consistent than he was at the beginning of the year. He's pitched well lately. Just 2 earned runs in his last 15 2/3 innings. Bounce slowly in the hole. Pennington has it. Guns it across in time to get Mark Reynolds. So that's out number 1 here in the top of the 7th inning. They did get through 10 innings in Chicago, so it's on to the 11th with the Indians and the White Sox tied at 7. Balfour now gets up. First pitch strike to Andino. Rangers 6, Angels 1 in the 6th inning. The Blue Jays have gone ahead of Seattle 7-6 in the 5th, so that's a wild one up at Safeco Field. Outside.
I think the Mariners are feeling they score 6 runs, they should win, considering
big time.
That's not normal for them, at least throughout the season. Scoring runs has been a little bit difficult for them.
Andino swings and misses. The 2 hottest teams in the National League are the Brewers and the Diamondbacks. The Brewers won again tonight.
Excellent changeup from Fuentes, and even though it stayed in the middle, inside part of the plate, still enough off the pitch, and Dino was out in front.
Down and in.
Yeah, the Brew Crews,
they got it going on. They beat the Dodgers 2-1 at home. Walk-off single by our old friend Mark Kotze. And the St. Louis Cardinals lost in Pittsburgh for the 2nd night in a row. So the Brewers now have a 7-game lead in the National League Central. They've won 5 in a row. They are so tough at home. It's high. The Brewers are 46-15 at home.
Well, Doug Melvin, the general manager, talk about making some moves in the offseason, getting Zach Greinke and Sean Markham, a couple of starters. Signed Ricky Weeks long-term. Braun extended his already long-term contract. Of course, the biggest one is the Prince Fielder.
K-Rod, they got K-Rod.
But Prince might end up staying there. I mean, that would be a tough place to leave the way they're playing.
And Dino drops one into right field down the line. It's a 1-out hit. So the Brewers got it going on. The Diamondbacks win again, and what a night for them. Did you see that? Roy Halladay is pitching terrific, and Halladay takes a 2-1 lead into the 9th inning at home against the Diamondbacks. So you got to be thinking Roy's going to get win number 16. Arizona scores 2 in the top of the 9th, take the lead, hang on, and win. And so they beat Roy Halladay. Halladay gets the complete game, but he gets the loss. So Arizona wins their 7th row. Giants lost in extra innings in Atlanta. So that lead in the West is now 3.5 for Arizona.
Remember, Halladay and the Phillies were rained out Sunday.
That's right.
Diamondbacks were not going to have to face him. They do, and they beat him after an off day yesterday.
Josh Bell, the hitter, he swings around to hit from the right side. The Giants are just trying to get through a tough road trip. You talk about their schedule. When they finish this week on the road, they will play 18 of their next 21 at home. So they're just trying to literally limp home from a tough road trip. They're not done yet. One and one to Bell with Reimold, the leadoff hitter, in the on-deck circle. Tying run is aboard here in the 7th. Change up, 2-1. And Dino has good speed. Not necessarily a huge base stealer. The Orioles as a team just do very little stealing. They have the second fewest steals in the American League this year. 2-2 pitch, strike three called on the inside corner. Bell can't believe it.
Now Balfour was getting loose for Reimold. Like he is going to be coming in. It's Bob Melvin coming out to make the call.
So Fuentes strikes out Bell on the inside corner, and he's done for the night as Balfour comes in. We'll be back. A's leading 4-3. Brought to you by Roaring Camp Railroads. Whether it's the steam train through the Redwood Forest or the beach train to Santa Cruz, Roaring Camp is the ride of a lifetime. RoaringCamp.com. For 4-3, the A's lead the Orioles. So Brian Fuentes gets a couple of outs, gives up a hit.
I always like him when Balfour comes in because I can never figure out his music that he wants when he's coming in. What's that called?
I have no idea. It's really loud and slightly annoying, actually, but
Now batting,
that's just
number 14,
the opinion of a man who's getting a bit older, if you know what I mean.
Well, I'm older and I agree.
Good numbers for Balfour. Great numbers, actually. 4-1, 2.09 ERA. As he faces Nolan Reimold. First pitch is a curveball that drops low. Reimold is 0 for 8 in this series. He has struck out 4 times in those 8 at-bats. Had a good swing there. The count is even at 1-1.
Bob Melvin will ask Grant Balfour to do the same thing on the Sunday. That is to try to get out in the 7th and then pitch the 8th inning. That's just trying to get through the 7th. Fuentes does a good job getting 2 outs, especially the strikeout to Bell, called 3rd strike. So he's hopeful that Balfour can do his job in the 7th and maybe get some insurance runs for the 8th and 9th.
Foul back, good fastball. Balfour ahead in the count, 1-2. chopper. Pennington charges, handles a tough hop, and he throws out Reimold. Very nice play by Cliff Pennington. A runner left. 7th inning stretch. It's 4-3 A's. Lead over the Orioles, trying to even up this series at a game apiece. It'll be David DeJesus to lead it off. He'll be followed by Suzuki and Pennington. Brian Mattis still out there. So Mattis set to go to work. He had a very tough second inning, but since then he has been very good. He walked a couple in that second inning, gave up 3 hits. Both the walks scored, and the A's scored 3 times. DeJesus is 1 for 2. Strikeout and a single. 2 to DeJesus. Blue Jays now with a 10-6 lead in the 5th inning over Seattle. Just missed off the plate, but not by much. 96 pitches for Brian Mattis, and there is action out in the Orioles bullpen. Missed again. He's going to miss him by a lot. Brian Gorman not giving that outside corner.
Either side of the plate, and both teams. Either team getting the outside part of the plate.
It's Chris Jakabaskis warming up. He started a game against the A's in Baltimore. That time DeJesus chases that slider, and that is strikeout number 5.
One of the best deals for baseball fans anywhere is Bar at $2 Wednesdays. Every Wednesday this season, you can get Plaza Level, Plaza Outfield, or Plaza Reserve tickets for just $2. Take advantage of this offer for the rest of the summer as the A's match up tomorrow against the Orioles, the Angels, Rangers, and more. Get tickets for all Bar $2 Wednesdays at the Coliseum box office by phone. And for more information or to order online, visit OaklandAthletics.com. 12:35 series finale tomorrow. It will be a Bart $2 Wednesday game. Should be a beautiful afternoon for baseball. And See everybody out here. Load up, Bart.
That's right.
Chevy free parking tonight.
Fan Friday. Yeah. Authentic Fan Friday. Fireworks Saturday. Adam Jones makes the catch for out number 2. So Kurt Suzuki 0 for 2 with a walk. And that'll bring up Pennington.
Now batting, shortstop, number 2, Cliff Pennington.
Pennington's got an RBI hit. That happened in the second inning. He hit a little pitching wedge down the right field line and it dropped just fair.
And Weeks followed him, and that was a big inning for the A's. And then the double play. Jones throwing out Pennington at the plate.
No doubt of Pennington. Hey. Haven't seen one of those before. How'd you like to sit behind him? It'd drive you crazy, wouldn't it?
Especially if you're an A's fan. It says go Orioles, right?
If it was like a ticker or something where it's giving you out-of-town scores or sports information, maybe some football news, Ray, it would be a good thing, right?
But he's saying go Orioles.
That's all it says.
That's neat. And you know when they were playing the national anthem and they came to O, he was the one that stood up and said O, like everybody in unison does in Baltimore.
Like a good Orioles fan.
And that's taking it to the extreme. That's pretty impressive. I wonder if he designed that. Has to be battery operated, huh?
I would hope so, yeah.
I don't think there's an AC plug attached to it to the seats, though. Oh, got
the logo. Twisting baseball.
That was Birdie too, right? The not our Birdie, Mike Bird, the Orioles Bird.
That's right, Birdie. There's only one Mike Bird. 3-2 to Pennington. He drills on the right, and that's a base hit. 2 hits tonight for Pennington, 6 hits for the A's.
And playing flawless shortstop too, and that's always good to see. And complete game, and you know there could be, there's no doubt some of the residual from the Bell's palsy that he had on the last road trip in Seattle, and playing through it. Very short stride, got a 3-2 pitch and shot it to right field, a bit more solidly hit this time than the one back in the second inning, but both were hits, and he's trying to do something with 2 outs in this inning.
So here's Weeks. Weeks is 1 for 3. Ray mentioned that RBI double in the second. Weeks now with 14 doubles, 7 triples. As part of his 72 hits this year with the Athletics. The 1-1 the count. Well, in that game in Chicago, Ray, the White Sox in the bottom of the 11th inning got a leadoff triple from Alex Rios. So they had the winning run at third and nobody out, and they did not score.
And first and third with 1 out and a broken bat semi-line drive to third. First runner off first, took off and doubled off. So the A's trying to make it happen with 2 outs here.
So Weeks gets his second hit.
Well, the insurance would be great to get for the Athletics. So 9-1, get on base. Now turn it over to Coco Crisp. Good swing by Jamal Weeks and a fastball. Had a little leg kick, got the foot down, and nice timing in from the right side.
So here's Crisp, Wieters and Mattis meeting on the mound. We said there is action. Double action now is like the lefty Patton has gotten up. So Jakabaskis just standing there. He's loose. Patton, the lefty, is getting loose, and we're going to get a pitching change, and it's going to be the lefty. So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. It's your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. Patton comes in to face Crisp.
Authority of the Oakland Athletics and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
So Brian Mattis gives up a couple two-out singles here in the seventh, and that ends his night. Will not get a win. Troy Patton comes in. The first pitch to Coco Crisp is just a bit low.
Fastball slider change up for the lefty. Does not throw hard. Tops out about 90.
Up and down between AAA and the Orioles twice this year. For Mattis tonight, 8 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 109 pitches. Coco drives one left field, getting back his right. Oh, that's over his head. 1 run scores. Here comes Weeks. They're waving him home, and he's going to score. Coco comes through. 6-3 A's.
Well, we've seen it so often where they bring a lefty in to turn Coco Crisp around, and what happens? He does this. And shows the power over the head of the left fielder. Reimold had no chance to get to it with the speed and the 2 outs. And that is a very short, if any, stride by Coco from the right side. So Pennington, the 2-out hit, followed by Weeks, 2-out hit. He's flying around the bases, and 9-1-2. 3 consecutive hits and 2 insurance runs for the Athletics.
So tack those 2 runs on to Brian Mattis's line. I'm sure he appreciates that. It ends up, it seemed like he pitched that bad, but he gives up 6 earned runs in 6 2/3 innings. Matsui swings and misses at a slider.
Coco, a very nice swing. And of course, remember, he missed about a week. And Mike Gallego gets the arm rolling because he knows with the speed that he has on the bases, there's no doubt he's going to send both of them. And that's fun to watch when you've got speed with Pennington and Weeks, especially Weeks at first base. The ball in front of him with 2 outs running.
Matsui is 0 for 3 in the ball game.
Watch this off the mask of Wieters. That's why you wear a helmet. That's why you have a strong net. Take a shot like that.
That one's hit hard off the glove of a diving Reynolds into short right field. That's going to get Coco Crisp home, and it's 7-3 A's. So RBI number 60 for Hideki Matsui.
Well, and again, a lefty. Watch the right shoulder of Matsui. Keeps it close, and then right at the last instant opens up and hammers a ball that Reynolds could not handle. And once he deflected it in shallow right field, that enabled Coco Crisp to score easily.
So Troy Patton faces two hitters, gives up a single and a double, and he is out. They have added 3 runs, all coming with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So 3 big insurance runs. Crisp with the 2-run double, Matsui with the RBI single, and here's Willingham. He's facing the new pitcher Chris Jakabaskis. Started a game for the Orioles against the A's. In fact, I think he was the starter in what turned out to be a shutout.
Yeah.
Group shutout. Willingham is 2 for 3, a long home run in the 3rd inning. There's the bullpen numbers for the Orioles. So the ERA, 4th worst in the majors, and the most innings pitched. That's never something you want to lead the league in, is bullpen innings pitched. It is not good.
No. Well, we've talked about the starters and injuries to the starters. So if the bullpen has to throw a lot of innings, that means the starters aren't going deep. Well,
Willingham swings and misses, so that will do it. But the A's score 3 times on 4 consecutive 2-out hits. 7-3 as we go to the 8th. Cache Creek's Money Tree. Win $500 cash every hour from noon until 11 p.m. Visit cachecreek.com for details. 7-3, the A's lead the Orioles. Beautiful look at the Bay Bridge. Ryan Sweeney takes over in left field for Willingham. And Grant Balfour, who got the final out in the 7th, back to the mound here in the 8th. He'll face Hardy, Markakis, and Jones. First pitch fastball is a strike. Hardy is 0 for 3. Fly out, strikeout, ground out for the Orioles shortstop. And a quick 0-2. For Hardy, the Orioles are his 3rd team in 3 years, but I don't think he's going anywhere since he just signed the extension.
Well, they started swinging the bat well at the right time. Look at the Twins. He played at shortstop last year with O-Dog at second base, and there's Orlando Hudson. Both of them gone.
Handful of decent years in Milwaukee, and then was traded from Milwaukee to Minnesota, and then traded from Minnesota to the Orioles, where he will be for a while. Foul tip. Still playing in Chicago. They're going to the bottom of the 12th inning, tied at 7.
Did Ozzie Guillen start growing the beard before the game, or has that been ongoing?
Boy. Well, this team has had a bunch of opportunities. You have twice as many hits as the Indians. And a swing and a miss by J.J. Hardy. He strikes out for the 2nd time.
That's saying something about a fastball, and sometimes you maybe give hitters a little bit too much credit, but there's your basic fastball at 92 miles an hour down the middle. Hardy swinging hard and Hardy, and missed it. Swung right through it. And that's the case. Sometimes you should swing easier instead of trying to swing harder, knowing that you're going to get a fastball. He did, but missed it.
There's a strike to Markakis. One for 3 tonight, 2 for 7 in the series, and Balfour ahead in the count again. This is 0-2 to Markakis with Jones in the on deck circle. Reimold and Hardy, Ray, the top 2 hitters in the Orioles lineup in this series, are 0 for 17. Good fastball, outside corner, strike 3 call.
Coming to the Coliseum Friday, August the 19th for the 3rd annual Filipino Heritage Night presented by Cache Creek Casino Resorts. By purchasing a ticket for this event, you'll receive a seat in the Filipino Heritage section, A's Go t-shirt, and a traditional food item served in the Westside Club. For tickets, visit OaklandAthletics.com/Filipino. I wonder what the Filipino food is. What do you think the food item is?
I'd like to find out.
Friday night, we'll be working back here on Comcast Sportsnet California, HD. Filipino. Get some of the delicacy that I'm sure Chef Rodney is going to be preparing.
No reason why some of it just can't find their way up here, find its way.
Anybody can do it. Chef Rodney is the man. I'm sure he's listening.
Of course he is. 1-1 to Adam Jones, who has singled and walked. Drives this one to right field. De Jesus backing up. He's got it. And Grant Balfour retires all 4 hitters he faces in tonight's game. Bottom of the 8th coming up. This was in the 3rd inning. Josh Willingham, a long home run. That was his 20th of the year. Vladimir Guerrero, big hit in this game. 4th inning, 2-out RBI double. The Orioles crept back into this game, but then in the 7th inning, the A's scored 3 times. Big hit, Coco Crispy, 2-out, 2-run double. Matsui would follow that up with an RBI single. So that extended a 4-3 lead into a 7-3 lead, and that is where we are at in the bottom of the 8th inning. For the Orioles, 3-6-0. For the A's, 7-10-1. Swing and a miss by Brandon Allen, who has walked and scored, grounded out, and hit a fly ball to center field that turned into a double play. So he is 0 for 2. Takes that big overhand curve from Jacobowskis. Check that out, Ray. There's another one. There's our athletics guy, though. Perfect. Hit hard, and that's a fair ball. Right over the bag. Allen, who runs well for a big guy, is going to hit the bag at second. He's digging for third. Markakis' throw is cut off, and the throw through is not in time. So Allen ends up with a leadoff triple.
And you're right, the big man can run, and really he's done about everything the A's had hoped he would do, getting a chance to play, and gets a hanging curveball and just hammered it past Reynolds at first base. And I tell you, he's testing the arm of a very good right fielder, and that is Markakis. Of course, he picked up his third base coach, Mike Gallegos, said, come on, let's see if you can get your first triple for the Athletics. And he does, and third base umpire Larry Vanover emphatically calling him safe. Well, a close play, and
he's in there. He came off the bag.
About Markakis, because he has such a strong and accurate arm, I was wondering why it was cut, because it looked like it was on line. First of his career.
Infield halfway, which is a strike. 1-2 to Scott Sizemore, an RBI double for Sizemore in the 2nd inning, a ground out and a strikeout after that. Bailey on the left, and There's Billings on the right. Jakabaskis runs that fastball right in on the hands.
Well, let's see, this is a strong throw. Definitely got the strong throw. Just a question of, well, that was kind of halfway and made it very close with the cutoff and the relay throw.
Sizemore swings and misses, and that's out number 1.
I mean, Adam Jones in center. We've seen his throwing ability tonight, and Markakis in right field. At least those two positions are covered with regard to defense.
David
There they are. All right.
Walking billboard.
Yeah, big time. Be fun to have some Comcast Sportsnet California jackets that did that.
No, now the second best umpire, Tony Randazzo, said, let's get those guys with the.
Yeah, now they're in trouble. Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's what they're saying right there. And they're going to be asked to move.
Or turn their jackets off.
Yeah. Well, they must position, because that Oriole fan was not sitting with it, right? Is it a different guy? Or is it the same guy?
I don't know if that was the same guy or not.
The Oriole guy had it on his back. These guys had it on the front. Turn it off. That's what they're chanting.
0-1 to DeJesus, who's 1 for 3. Pitch by Jakabaskis right on that outside corner. Rangers leading the Angels 7-1. That game in the 8th inning now. Toronto scoring big in Seattle. It's the Blue Jays 13 and the Mariners 7 in the 7th inning. Kurt Suzuki in the on deck circle. A's are trying to tack on another insurance run. In the 9th inning, Vladimir Guerrero will lead it off, and then Wieters and Reynolds. Well, that's why the 3 spot in the 7th was so very important. It's an Oriole team that does hit a lot of home runs. So DeJesus has worked it full. Infield in. There's the walk. So DeJesus battles all the way back and ends up getting on base. Don't go deep with Sportsnet Central. It's brought to you by Hyundai. It's tonight at 10:30 on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Highlights from this game, full reports on the Raiders and the 49ers, and Cal football at AT&T Park. It's tonight at 10:30 over at CSN Bay Area. So Kurt Suzuki steps in. Kurt trying to knock in a run. He's 0 for 2. He did walk and score in the 2nd inning. Outfield shallow for Suzuki. Bailey and Billings still throwing out in that A's bullpen.
It's just a question with both of them. You'd think if Bailey's going to be up, or is up, he's going to be coming in, even though it's a non-save situation.
Driven to left. Reimold going back. Warning track. He's in front of the wall. He makes the catch. Allen takes up. He will come in to score. Kurt Suzuki gets the run home with a sacrifice fly, and it's 8-3 Athletics.
I'd take a chance for that being a home run tomorrow. A little bit heavier air tonight. Suzuki created a very good swing and looked like about everything he could. Got under it a little bit, but still a very good swing from the A's catcher, and at least gets the job done, getting a run in.
So Allen scores. He's scored a couple of runs in tonight's game. And here's Pennington. Pennington's got 2 hits. It's like everybody in the A's lineup has at least 1 hit, except for Suzuki, who has walked and scored, and he just got the sacrifice fly.
No doubt the big inning for the A's last inning, scoring 3 runs after 2 outs in the inning, and then 4 consecutive hits.
Vasquez gets the call on the outside corner. 2-2 the count. Top of the 13th inning in Chicago. Indians 7, White Sox 7. How many times has your good friend Hawk Harrelson said he don't? It's the 13th, and the White Sox have squandered a bunch of opportunities. Hawk probably wishes he was gone. Gone home.
Well, he drives a long way to go home, too. He may be spending the night in Chicago. Approaching midnight in Windy City.
Runner goes into right field. That's a base hit for Pennington. De Jesus will end up at third, and Cliff Pennington is 3 for 4.
Well, the hole was created between first and second. Pennington found it even with De Jesus. Running. Well, that's interesting. He wasn't being held at first. I wonder if they figured 5-run lead was enough. Because he was not being held. That shot we saw him running, Reynolds was playing behind him at first.
And it obviously wasn't a 3-2 count.
Yeah.
He just took off. Okay,
Well,
so is that going to...
You know, it was a 3-2 count.
Well,
it
was
was.
it?
I'm just checking. It was a 3-2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't
So
think
it's my
that.
mistake. I didn't think there was that many pitches, but I'm just looking at my scorebook, and I had 3 and 2. Because otherwise, he would not be playing behind him. And
Wieters with some signs out in front to the infielders with the runners at first and third. First pitch to Weeks is a breaking ball. That's low. A's with 12 hits and 8 runs in the game. Jakubowski is really struggling. He's thrown 32 pitches now. And he's got 3 outs. Remember, he got the final out in the 7th inning. There's allowed a triple, a walk, a single, a sacrifice fly here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Reynolds playing behind Pennington at first now, so it's 2-1 count.
Good swing by Weeks, fouls it left side.
I wouldn't think a 5-run game in the 8th inning is one that you shut down the running game. I don't know. Pennington's not running, and I think he was talking to Ty Waller.
Weeks chases a high fastball into the second deck. Got the rally music going for the A's. Yeah, it's working.
They're trying to get Cliff Pennington to run.
3-2 the count. He will be running here, we promise. So the payoff pitch to Weeks. It's hit hard, and Dino. Nice play. Throws to first. Weeks is retired. A's get a run on 2 hits. We go to the 9th inning. It's the Athletics 8 and the Orioles 3. So Andrew Bailey comes in. He'll face Vladimir Guerrero with an 8-3 lead. First pitch from Bailey is up and in. So when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. So Bailey comes in, non-save situation. Guerrero had an RBI double in the 4th inning. That one's ripped to right center field. Coco Crisp on the move, and he can't get it. So Guerrero, those long strides, heads into second base with his second double.
Time now for the Fremont Bank play of the game. We'll give it to Josh Willingham. In the third inning, a 1-1 changeup from Brian Madison. He did not miss it. 80 miles per hour, and this baby was hit deep to left center, left field. That is over the scoreboard and up near the walkway. So home run number 20 for Josh Willingham. No doubter.
First pitch to Wieters is bounced toward Weeks, who has it. That's out number 1 with Guerrero going to third. And these two teams will wrap up this series tomorrow. It's a radio only. So listen to the A's on 95.7 FM. Simone McCarthy is your pitching matchup. So Brandon McCarthy, glad to see him making the start after getting hit in the knee. So that's tomorrow, 12:35 first pitch radio only. And then the Toronto Blue Jays will be in town starting Thursday night for a 4-game series. Fun team to watch, the Blue Jays, and swing the bats. They're very aggressive offensively.
Former A's great center fielder Dwayne Murphy, the hitting coach of the Toronto Blue Jays. John Farrell, their first-year manager.
Thought I saw somewhere, and I don't know that it's official, but that Ricky Romero was supposed to start on Thursday night. I don't know that that's confirmed. I saw that somewhere on the internet. Just looking ahead a little bit. Not confirmation from the Blue Jays on that.
Mike Selleck, Bob Rose, they don't have it. I don't even know who's going to be pitching. Just put tomorrow's pitcher in there. Usually they put the. Must not have gotten the advance.
Yeah. I saw it somewhere. Reynolds swings and misses.
For Andrew Bailey, as you mentioned, a non-save situation, a 5-run lead, but a leadoff double, then a ground out puts him at third, and then just blew away Mark Reynolds with a good fastball, slight cut to the outside part of the plate. And boy, when you have an earned run out there with just contact to be made, and he's going to score, that is a big, big strikeout for Andrew Bailey.
The breaking ball there to Andino as Bailey tries to wrap it up. Break the A's 4-game losing streak. And it's 0-2. Well, the A's with a 3-run second inning and a 3-run 7th inning. The 2 big innings to build up their 8-3 lead. Chopped over the mound. Pennington charges, and he's not going to be able to come up with it cleanly. Guerrero's going to score to make it 8-4.
Cliff has made some great plays tonight. He tried to backhand, kind of turn to the side to catch this one, knowing he's going to have to throw the ball quickly to get Andino. Watch him turn his body and backhand to try to stay right there to catch it and then throw, but then he had the bag, and maybe that was a slight distraction. And he come up with it. It's going to be a close play anyway because of the speed of Andino.
It goes as a hit and an RBI for Andino. First pitch to Bell is a strike. Andino's very fast. It would have been a bang-bang play at first if Pennington would have fielded it clean.
Some would say, why didn't he take it inside? It's the only way he could set himself up to be able to throw quickly had he come up with it. If he catches it normally, of course, he had to go to the first base side a second. Plus, the bag was there. Difficult all the way around.
Now, he probably wouldn't do that if maybe Guerrero was running because he feels like he would have a little more time. That one runs way inside to Josh Bell. So 2-2 now to Josh Bell, who has knocked in a couple of runs tonight.
It's got to be a little frustrating for Andrew Bailey, too. They're not being in a lot of situations where there is a save on the line. 4 straight losses, so nothing there, although he did come into a tie game. And unfortunately, it was a 2-out hit that won the game for the Rangers Sunday. It is a whole different approach, mental side of it, to come in and a non-save or even a tie game. You know, as a tie game at home, you're trying to get your club back in the dugout, try to win the game in the bottom half.
But there's something about knowing if you do your job, you're going to win the game.
Exactly.
Strike 3 called right there with a fastball, so that'll do it. And the A's even up this series at a game apiece. They have a good night offensively, getting 12 hits, and they win the game 8-4 over the Baltimore Orioles. Day game tomorrow, radio only. A's win it, so don't go away. A's postgame live with Henry Wolford and Fernando Vina is set to go. 8-4 again is your final.